Hey there, welcome to Team Talk Tuesday, July edition, and we're going back to the basics. That is our series this month, and they're all recorded for you. Last week we talked about what really builds a business and what doesn't. We talked about how to track your time, how to cut the fluff, how to get clear on the daily actions that are actually going to pay you back a good return on investment. And hopefully you dug into that and you took it to heart and you've made some adjustments and changes. Now, if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it because it is really critical to the back to the basics philosophy. This week it's going to be just as powerful though. So no matter how great you are at finding new people, and new people are really important, we're going to talk about that. But your business's real stability today comes from taking care of the people you already have. So we're going to talk about your MVPs. Those are your best hosts. We're going to talk about your VIPs. Those are your most loyal customers. And they're not like an extra in your business. They're like the roots of the tree that is your business. And if you treat them like gold, they're going to feed your business for years to come. I know many of us who have been in this industry for many, many years have customers that have been with us forever. I've got customers who bought from me from my first event, like over 17 years ago. I did some vendor events when I first started. I did a couple fundraisers, and even my hosts from back then that still buy from me over 17 years later. Why do they buy from me? They could buy from anyone. They buy from me because I reward loyalty and I treat them like gold. So we're going to talk about that. Today, we're going to do a deep dive on a couple things. Number one, hosting, and how to coach a host so the host loves you and they want to do it again, because we don't want one-time hosts. We want hosts that rave about how great it was of an experience for them, encourage other people to book with you as well, but they want to repeat book as well. We're going to talk about serving your VIP customers so well that they never dream of ordering from someone else, because you guys know they do have a choice who they order from, right? They can order from anyone, but we want them to keep ordering from you. So we're going to talk about how to build that loyalty. We're going to talk about referrals, repeat sales, and simple duplicatable steps and habits, because really everything that we do, or the things we do well, are a duplicatable system. And system just means something that you do over and over again, right? It's just it's not anything. People overthink that word 100%. So, and then we're going to close with some creative above and beyond touches that really cost very little, and in some cases don't cost anything, but they build massive trust and loyalty. And that's what we want. So why does this matter? Let's talk about why it matters. Okay, so often consultants just chase new and they neglect gold. Now, new customers are fun and important to the growth of your business. You know, we track how many new customers, like that's an important metric. If you aren't bringing in new customers, your business isn't going to grow long term, right? But your hosts and your VIPs, they already trust you. And they're like 5 times more likely to buy from you than a cold lead. So here's the party plan truth, because we're a party plan company. Repeat customers are where the profit happens. And why? You don't have to resell them on the brand. Okay. They get it. You simply get to keep them excited. They know that they love the product. They've bought from you before. They know what the experience is with you. You just keep them excited. You keep offering all the new things. We're going to talk about that. Every big earner in our business knows a few things. Number one, host and repeat customers are free marketing for you. Okay. They're going to share and talk about the experience they've had with you. When people come in their home, they're going to, what does that smell so great? Where'd you get that? Oh, let me tell you how to get that, right? They refill your party calendar with those referrals. And they're the easiest people to flip into new consultants because they're already sharing for you and they love the product. And it's logical for them to partner with our company because they do. Now, not every host and every customer should partner with us, right? But if they aren't going to partner with us, they will definitely keep giving referrals and talking about the great customer service you give them. Now, sometimes people say, I provide such great customer service that people don't want to join. Okay, well, my guess is that as a leader or as an emerging leader, you provide that same level of awesome service to your team. And so you can talk to them about that. Then they get to be part of our community. Okay, so what does loyalty actually mean? Let's start with that because I think that's important. Customer loyalty means your customers order from you. They choose you. They're not just choosing your product, they choose you. It's not just that they ordered once, it's that they keep coming back to you because they trust you. They know you care and they remember how you made them feel. And if you think about who you shop with and why, I would bet you can think of experiences where you choose to shop with someone because of how they made you feel, or you choose not to shop with someone because of how they made you feel or didn't make you feel, right? And so I want you to take a moment and I want you to pause today and I want you to think about that. Like, who do you shop with because of that? And then what kind of experience are you providing? Okay. So, real loyalty happens when they feel appreciated every single time. They see constant value, good customer service, thank yous, perks, surprises. Like I've stopped shopping from a couple people. I love supporting other entrepreneurs and other direct selling, people in direct sales as well. But when they don't even acknowledge my purchase, I find someone else to buy from, right? Um, I want to feel and they want to feel connected and part of something special. And you as a consultant, that's where you come in. That's what makes them want to buy from you and loyal to you. So loyal customers are going to reorder from you, not just anyone, because they can order from anyone. They're going to refer their friends to you. They're going to host again and again, and they're going to join Scentsy Club in a lot of cases. Not every case, but in a lot of cases, it makes sense for them to join Scentsy Club so that they get those consumables over and over, right? And they don't have to think about it. But loyalty is not ever automatic, it's earned every time you show up with gratitude and care. And so you taking care of your customers and providing that loyal customer service to them is critical. It's the number one piece of this. But if you master it, you're going to stop living launch to launch, product drop, product junk. Oh, what LTO is coming this week? I need something on my calendar. Oh my gosh, I need my customer. My PRV isn't where I want it to be, right? If you can master customer care and host coaching well, then you're going to build predictable PRV. And that's what really matters. How would you love to have your calendar full, orders coming in, and know that you've hit the minimums just with those Scentsy Club subscriptions? Now, disclaimer, we're not minimum kind of people here, right? We go above and beyond, but it's nice to know that when life starts lifing, like it has for me recently, that you have that built-in predictable PRV and customers ordering from you because of the loyalty that you've built. Okay. So let's do a deep dive into host coaching. Okay. I always say hostess. It's host because we have guys that host, right? So let's do a deep dive into host coaching. Most people don't know how to be a good host, and we take that for granted. We assume someone says they want to host. Yeah, I'll host. We assume they know what that means, and we assume they know what they need to do. And what happens when we assume, right? Like assumption is not a good thing. So that's where you come in. We assume that they know everything that they need to do, right? And they don't. Someone who has agreed to host for you, especially the first time. Now, maybe if they're seasoned, but you still want to like keep them in the loop, and you still want to communicate, and you still want to make it easy for them, right? A new host doesn't wake up thinking, I can't wait to follow up with my guests and ask them to order more. That, my friend, is your job as a consultant. This is where you come in. You prepare them, you teach them, you give them the skills, not the schools, that they need. So hosting done well feels like a party and a plan. It's a simple system. Many of you have probably never played football, but I'm going to use a football analogy, okay? My guess is even if you haven't played football, that you have watched a football game in the past. And if not, I think you'll still get the analogy. So in football, and in all sports for that matter, there's usually a coach, right? And then there's like the MVP, the most valuable player. Okay, so let's say it's football. The coach partners with, we'll say the quarterback is the MVP, right? The coach partners with the quarterback. They're aligned, right? They know that the coach isn't going to have success and win the game without teamwork and without a good relationship with the quarterback, we'll say. We know that they know that the quarterback can't do their job without, the mentoring, support, and coaching from the coach, right? The coach can't win without the quarterback. The quarterback can't win without the coach. It's a mutual relationship. Right now, there is respect there. Obviously, the coaches, make some of those decisions, right? But it's mutual respect and it's teamwork, and that's what you and your host need to have. So, the quarterback learns the playbook. So you need to teach your host the things they need to know because they don't know, right? They don't know what they don't know. So you can't assume that they know these things or it's common sense, because maybe you've done this well and it's common sense to you, but that doesn't mean it's common sense to them. So when I say your hosts are your MVPs, I truly mean it. You are partnering with them. You're the coach in this situation. They're the player, the most valuable player, right? They're going to spread the information to the rest of the team, being the guests. That's a little bit of a stretch of an analogy, but you get it, right? You're partnering with them, though. This is a priority. Your success depends upon them, and their rewards depending upon how well they do too. And they need you to coach them. So you partner with them. All right. So how do you do that, right? Prep and hype is where we're going to start. Your job is to set clear expectations, removing any anxiety or fear. Now you're like, why would they be afraid? You would be surprised a lot of times because they don't know what they don't know. They're nervous about hosting, and often they'll be like, that was a really dumb thing. Why do I agree to do that? So it's your job to remove that fear, help them set expectations, partner with them, and be there every step of the way, right? Because if they're afraid, they aren't going to be excited to host. So the first thing I always want to know is like, why are they hosting? What do they want out of it? How's it going to benefit them? Right? Because if you don't know what's in it for them, then you can't help steer the conversation accordingly, and you can't help them earn it. So let me stop right here and give you a pro tip though. Don't ever arm twist someone into hosting. If you do, and they don't want to host, they're not going to be present in the process. They're not going to be invested in it. It's not going to be a successful party, and you are going to be frustrated. So we don't arm twist. We want people who want to do it, right? And so then you're going to help them set a goal. Hey, and they don't know what they don't know. So they don't know what a normal party total is. So this is where you come in. Hey, let's aim for at least a $500 party. Okay. That would be like, $75 in free product. And you get some half price or whatever. And then you need to tell them, what does that look like? Because they don't know what that looks like. Well, maybe that's 10 orders on average for you. Or you could just say, my average party is this. And that's usually about however many orders, 12 orders, and you'd get XYZ in free and this many half price items, right? But you have to set the expectation with them because they don't know. They don't, even if you just say like, oh, my average party is 500 PRV. You don't know they don't know how many orders that is or what the average, customer orders. So you got to help them with this. And then I like to give them just a couple simple invite scripts, right? Text, Facebook message, voice messages, give them ready to copy and paste words. Make it easy for them. Now tell them to put it in their own words if it doesn't feel authentic to them, of course. But hey, something really simple, like don't overthink it. Don't word vomit on them. Doesn't have to be a ton of information. Simple and easy. Hey, I'm hosting a fun Scentsy party with Karen this week. You're going to love it. Can I send you an invite? So many free goodies or so many great new things. Or, hey, do you Scentsy? And you heard that. Scentsy was a verb. Do you Scentsy? So I heard that years ago. It actually is really successful. I need more pods and wax, so I'm hosting this week. Can I send you an invite? Like, give them the words, make it simple for them, right? Coach them, though, not to just post a link. Posting is passive. It's the post and pray method. And number one, most people don't see it, but even if they do, often they'll ignore it. Direct one-on-one communication is where it's at. If it is a Facebook group, obviously you don't want them inviting 5,000 people. You don't want them inviting their whole friends list. Number one, it'll screw up the algorithm because people won't be engaged. Second, most people don't know they've been invited. Like, I'm invited to things. I got a message the other day from someone who said, oh, thanks for joining so-and-so's party. And I was thinking, I didn't even know that person was having a party. I haven't seen the party page. Sure enough, I had been invited, but I didn't even see it. So don't just post a link. Don't just post and pray. People don't see it. And if they do, they often ignore it. Posts are okay, secondary, but that's passive, right? Personal invites convert though. So remind them people ignore posts, but they respond to you. And better yet, let them hear your voice. A quick voice message, my favorite. They can hear your excitement. And then create a pre-party checklist for them. How many people do you encourage them to invite? Encourage them to invite personally. Maybe incent them to bring a friend. And follow up with reminders like 24 hours in advance, right? But you don't want your host to get cold feet. So you are going to be partnered with them throughout this whole process. And let them know that like no question is stupid. It's okay. You ask me anything you want to know. And if you're not feeling good about this, let's talk through that, right? Because you want them to partner with you. Okay. And then you're going to warm up the crowd. Maybe you want to do a pre-party sneak peek, a poll or a teaser. What scent would you grab first? You want engagement. You want an algorithm boost, right? So we're talking in this situation about like a Facebook party, right? Home party obviously is going to be a little bit different. I do like to mail out some host packets, very basic things, a couple catalogs, a few samples. Thank you. I always write a handwritten thank you. And maybe like you want a little bit of a freebie or something in there that they can share, but they can also keep. Now, and that'll get you some instant buy-in. Pro tip though, if you have incented the host with something like, hey, you can get a half price warmer, or I will give you this. Personal specials have to be done one-on-one and privately, of course. But if you have incented them with something a little bigger, do not give it to them until they actually host. Otherwise, there's no incentive for them to keep the party date if you already gave them the gift. Okay, now it's party time. Be present, make it easy, keep it fun, fast, interactive. Maybe you're a game player. I'm not, but a lot of people are. Play a game, guess my favorite scent, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Spotlight the host. Let them know Sarah's at almost $500. Who's next to help her get there? Let them know what she's going to get with her host rewards. And then give the host easy tasks during the party. Hey, text your friend now and remind them to order before tonight. Okay. Can you share your favorite scent story in the comments? That helps people choose. The more engaged your host is in the process, because people are going to buy from their party because they know, like, and trust the host. They might not know, like, and trust you, but they know the host. They respect their opinion. They trust them. And so their engagement in the party is critical to the success of it. Okay. And you need to tell them that up front, right? Like set the expectation. It's okay to do that. Okay. In fact, Vicki Schaefer, one of our directors in our organization, she actually has something that she texts out to the hosts every day to remind them, hey, maybe today you want to talk with your customers about, your guests about this. Today, send them information about this, and she provides it. It's just a plug and drop for them. All right. So let's talk about post-party. Thank them big. Like, I mean it. Thank them big. Text, handwritten card, voice message, whatever it is, they are your partner. They're your MVP. You want them to know that you love them and appreciate them and you are grateful for them and that they're a key asset to your business. Ask for a testimonial. You don't ever want a fundraiser, an event, or a party to close without having a testimonial about what the experience was. And you want an honest testimonial. So if there's something you can do better, that's great feedback, right? But I just asked for, hey, would you mind sharing a line or two about what you loved about hosting? I'd love to share your story. I'd love to share it. Would you be okay with that? Okay. Plant the seed. When those hosts would be great consultants, like, right? And so plant the seed. I like to plant it before, during, and after. I do tell them before, hey, there's an opportunity if you decide you want to do this, that you can partner with Scentsy through this process, and you have a host rewards kit. And here's what that kit looks like. Here's what you need to do to unlock it, et cetera, right? During the party, okay? And then after. And if they're not interested, ask them, who do they know that might be interested in partnering with Scentsy? Who do they know that would be great at this? And get their referral, okay? Okay. Book again. Okay. This is also another big one. Think about when you go to the dentist. You leave the dentist office typically, maybe not always, but typically with your next appointment, right? Even if it's 6 months out, they schedule you for your next appointment before you leave. And so that's a really great thing to do with your host. Offer a future thing. Next month, I'm doing a fall preview or a holiday early bird, or like this month, maybe during Christmas in July. A great host today is a great host again in the future, whether that be in 2 or 3 months or 6 months. Make it easy for them to say yes. And even offer, do they want to pick a date or a month, right? Just like the dentist office, right? But much more fun. Okay. Also, pro tip, I coach my fundraiser coordinators the exact same way. They are my MVPs, and the success of my fundraisers is in many ways reliant on how informed and how committed my fundraiser coordinators are. Okay. So their success of the fundraiser in many cases lies in their hands. And so I partner with them and I provide them with information. I know they can come to me. No question is stupid, but I host coach them just like I would a traditional coach. Okay. Let's transition now to VIPs, your customers, your best customers, providing great care for them. So your VIPs should feel like they're part of something special. And if they don't, you're not going to like this probably, but you're a catalog and you're not a connection. You all know this, but this business is about relationships and people buy from people they know, like, and trust, and they can buy from anyone. So why do they buy from you? And I want you to think about that this week. Why do they buy from you? Right? So let's talk about how to treat them like gold. Because as I said, I've got customers who've been with me for 17 plus years, and I've moved cross country multiple times during that. And they still buy from me, right? So you want loyalty, okay? And we talked earlier about what that means, but let's talk about what doesn't bring loyalty for a minute. And I know some of you aren't going to like this very much, but it's a reality. What doesn't bring loyalty, in my opinion, and something I've never really done in my business, is always offering a deal or a special. When you do this, you build a customer base of people who are looking for the best deal, not the best service. They don't buy from you, they buy the deal. Okay. And they won't be loyal to you. They will be loyal to whoever devalues the product next with a better deal. And it doesn't create a good playing space. I was taught early on that our product is priced right as it is and not to devalue it with constant deals. So I reward loyalty. I reward loyalty big, and I don't offer the best deals always. So order follow-up is non-negotiable. How do you reward loyalty? How are we going to treat them like gold? A customer's biggest fear is that you disappear after the sale. Okay. Buyer's remorse. That's a thing too. But you don't want to disappear after the sale. You want them to feel that they have built a relationship with you. You will be there for them. They know where to get the products next, all the things. So send a, hey, your order's on the way message. Hey, I saw your order was delivered. Is everything good with it? Did you get it? What did you love the most? Offer to help them with follow-up, with a reorder follow-up when the time is right, right? Follow-up is non-negotiable. And with Scentsy Connect, like, that is at our fingertips now. You open that app and you go to that thing and it tells you who's ordered, it tells you whose products have been delivered, who to follow up with. It makes it super simple. You can create templates, you can use what exists, all the things. Okay. Use what you know. All right. Know your customers. Know what they like, know what they don't like. If they reorder the same scent, suggest something similar, like, hey, I know you love Luna. Have you ever thought about ordering this? It's from the same scent family, or has some of the same scent notes in it. Or, hey, I know you love Luna in wax. Have you ever tried it in pods, or tried it, in a room spray? Or here's why I like the other products, right? But know your customers, know what they like. It's really, really important. I have customers who, they'll say, do you think I'll like that? And I'll be like, no. No, I actually don't, but I do think you would like this. And here's why I know you wouldn't like that, because you didn't like this fragrance. And I will always be honest with them, because I don't want them to buy something that they're going to be unhappy with. Does that make sense? All right. Other things. Birthdays. Birthdays. Do you know when their birthdays are? Right? Do you know about their life? Do you know who their partner, their spouse is? Do they have kids? Mention them, right? When you're building a relationship with people, you build a relationship with people. So one thing that I do, and I didn't come up with this, I don't know, I feel like it's a Melissa Gratz thing, but I don't actually know who originated it. But when when I'm talking to a customer and they tell me, like, oh, I can't host in this month because my daughter's getting married, or oh, will that come in this time frame because my husband's going to have surgery on the 21st? Then when I get off the phone, I go to Project Broadcast and I schedule a message to go out to them. Hey, around that time frame, hey, I was just thinking about you. I know when we talked, you said your husband was going to have surgery. Hope it goes well. Or, thinking about you. I know your daughter's wedding's coming up. And then I don't have to think about it again. It automatically goes. But darn it, I look thoughtful, right? Like, I remember that. My memory's not that great anymore, but Project Broadcast makes that easy because I can pre-schedule those. Okay. Another idea is, and this is pretty old school. This is definitely a Melissa Gratz one, but you can, in your phone, you can change the contact name of the person, the customer, to what they last ordered or something that they've told you about themselves. So when they call or they text you, it's going to pop up and say, Julie Smith, Black Raspberry Vanilla. And you'll be like, oh, did you love the Black Raspberry Vanilla you got last time? You don't even have to look it up in your order history. Okay. Surprise and delight them. Maybe you're going to add a sample that they didn't expect to the order. Maybe you're going to send them a birthday card. I said birthdays are important before. We actually have a birthday club that we do. Again, it's a personal special. It's broadcast privately to them, but they can opt in with the word birthday to my Project Broadcast campaign. And then when it's their birthday, they get a message and they can select a bar and I send them a bar. So it's just a little way that I reward loyalty. Okay. Don't do something like that if it's not within your budget. And again, it's a personal special, so it has to be advertised privately. Okay. Maybe you want to just drop a small thank you in the mail to them. Okay. VIP exclusives. Do you have a VIP group? How do you interact with your VIPs, your most important customers? Some things that are great to do there, and who does this really fantastically is Dawn Cameron. And we have shared her training on this in the past. She's trained us on Team Talk Tuesday on this. She does a really fantastic job. She's built an incredible community in our Facebook group. You can do compliant giveaways, right? Now, that's not a giveaway based on if you purchase, right? It's a compliant giveaway. Go to the Scentsy standards, read the rules on giveaways, but there are things you can do giveaways for in your VIP group. Maybe she does, like, I don't know what day of the week it is. I feel like she does sample Fridays maybe, but it probably isn't Friday, where she tosses out first 10 people to claim a sample. It's a sample. It's free, right? Maybe her VIP, well, I know her VIPs they get first access, first sneak peeks, all the things, right? So early access, make it feel like a community, make it a place that they want to participate. And they will encourage and build relationships with other people in there and encourage purchases even. Have them share what they love in the group, all the things. Okay. And then highlight them. Those great customers, maybe you want to do a customer of the week in your group. Maybe you want to share testimonials. Maybe you want to share your host testimonials, right? They are a great place to find referrals and, to build your business. Give them ways to share you with your friends. Maybe you offer some kind of referral special privately one-on-one. And then, of course, Scentsy Club, like, we can't dispute that. Like, your customers, your VIPs, most of them or many of them probably have Scentsy Club subscriptions, but promote Scentsy Club to them if they don't, because you don't ever want them to run out. You always want them to get their favorite scent. Explain how easy it is, that they can cancel anytime. It's totally flexible. You save time, you save money, all the things. This locks in repeat PRV, even when you're not doing events or parties. When life lives, which it will at some point for you. Like, it might not be right now, but when life decides to life, you will be grateful for that recurrent PRV that you have. Okay. So let's talk about some creative ways that make you stand out. And I'm going to give you a couple ideas, but I want you to personalize this for you and make it authentic to you. For example, we do a newsletter. We do a weekly newsletter for our customers. It goes out by email. We do seasonally, or when we have certain LTOs, we do a printed newsletter. Okay. That might be something you want to do. Maybe you don't want to communicate with your customers that's fine. Find a way that you can, something that makes you stand out. I already talked about our birthday club that we offer. Again, private special, one-on-one communication only. And then, of course, always dial into personalized recommendations. I got this new scent and it reminded me of you. So I have customers that, like, when the scent of the month comes, I will, pick a couple of them that I know will love it. And I will put the bar in the mail to them with a handwritten note. Like, I thought about you. I thought you would love this. I wanted you to be the first to try it. And, again, personal special, right? I'm gifting that to them. All right. Thank you surprises. Customers love to be appreciated. They truly do. Like, you buy from people who make you feel loved and appreciated. So maybe you want to do some kind of mini customer appreciation pack for your top buyers once a year. because we don't offer personal specials regularly, this is something that we can do. So we don't discount our product regularly. So that gives us the budget to reward loyalty. And so we do that once a year at the holidays, and we take our best customers and we gift them something that we want them to try. And it's not usually like a bar wax, it's some product we want them to try and experience. And so we send it to them. Now, here's a couple things here's a couple things you should know, but we actually send it after the holiday cutoff with no marketing information, just to thank you. Like, we are not soliciting a sale. We are truly showing our gratitude and that we appreciate them. And so we are really intentional with how we do that. We don't want them to think that it's like a money grab, that we're, trying to flip it to a sale. So we wait until after the holiday cutoff and we just show our appreciation. So offline touches. Maybe you have maybe you want to host an open house or a VIP event once a season. Maybe you want to give them, a VIP bonus. I call them deluxe samples that are bigger than what I would normally give. Maybe you want to offer a freebie for them to bring a friend, right? Maybe you just want to do something special for them, but keep it personal. Make sure that your messages don't look like mass emails. If you are relationship building, now there's a difference. Like, you are going to market to your customers. There will be times that you are marketing, right? But when you're relationship building, make sure that it looks like you're doing that and that it's personalized, right? I love to interact with my customers with a voice message. They can hear me. We build that relationship. They can kind of hear you smile, actually. They can hear the context of your voice, and they can hear your gratitude when you're thanking them. So also, another fun thing you can do, you can record just a little 10-second video and you can send it to them, and they love that as well, right? Very personal. You might even want to involve your family. We read a book a few years ago for our book club, Never Lose a Customer Again. I think it's Joey Coleman, maybe. I might have butchered that. But so good, so packed with great ideas on providing incredible customer service. All right, so how are you going to keep them coming back? Well, number one, you're going to make ordering easy. Direct them to bundles, right? Like, you can set up that link where they can just go order the bundle that you've created. Club, obviously, seasonal products, make sure you get those under their noses, right? Keep them updated. Text or message them when scents are going to retire or new scents drop. I assume you know this, but I'm going to say it because sometimes I think we don't. It's not your customer's job to know and keep up with what's going on in your business. It's your job to tell them. So when you get frustrated that on September 1st, a customer contacts you and wants a scent that was discontinued on August 31st, that's a you problem, not a them problem, because it's your job to make sure that they're aware that their favorite scents are being discontinued. Okay. Ask for those referrals. Like I said, ask for testimonials. Reward those referrals. When your hey, when your friend orders, I appreciate the referral. When they order, I'm going to pop a little something extra in for you too. Now, personal special, one-on-one communication. And then, of course, flip your best customers. They're basically doing the job for you, especially if it's a basket party or a fundraiser or whatever the case may be. Here's kind of how I would broach it with them. Hey, you're basically doing what I do anyways. You just had a rockin' basket party. Have you ever thought about doing this? Like, do you want to make a little extra money? You tell everyone what you love already. You've referred 20 customers to me, right? Of course, personalize the message. Okay. So those are some ideas for taking good care and loving on your customers, your best customers, and for host coaching. This was longer than I wanted to be, but that's okay. So I'm going to give you a couple challenges, some call to actions. Number one, I want you to pick 2 hosts or VIPs, and I want you to wow them. Maybe you're going to write them a handwritten note just thanking them. Okay. You are not soliciting a sale with this. Maybe you're going to send them just a voice message, letting them know how much you appreciate them and what they mean to you, your family, and your business. Maybe you just want to drop a little something in the mail to them as a thank you. Unexpected, no solicitation, just a thank you. Okay, that's number one. Number 2, do you know who your VIPs and your MVPs are, really? Because some of you might not. So I want you to spend some time this week digging into your workstation to figure that out. Track who they are, make a list, and then commit to communicating and relationship building with them more regularly than you have been. And then I want you to post, if you are a leader, even if you're not a leader, I want you to post your VIP plan in your team page. I want you to inspire your teammates and give them some ideas. Hashtag how I'm working of what you're doing, because the things that may seem obvious to you might not be obvious to someone else, right? So share, and then they in turn will share and give you ideas. All right. Remember, happy roots equals a strong tree. Your hosts and your VIPs are the reason you have consistent PRV. They're the ones who trust you, share you, and bring those new important customers in on repeat. And when you treat them like the heart of your business, because they truly are the heart of your business, they're going to keep showing up for you. Next week, we're going to talk about PRV boosters. We're going to talk about creative and some tested ways to add fresh sales, fundraisers, vendor events, online parties, etc., right? We want to raise that PRV. So we're going to dig into that next week. Your business is going to pay you like you mean it when you love your people like you mean it. You've got this. Love on those MVPs, love on those VIPs. Figure out who they are if you don't know who they are. And we will see you next week.